All right, all right. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to have everyone here for our weekly webinar that we do every single Tuesday to talk about this very exciting program and opportunity that we have exclusively for U.S. veterans. Right? So let's get into some quick introductions of the brands. So let's talk about the brands that are a part of the Veterans Tour. Later in the presentation, we're going to go over what to expect, the activities, the medical that we do, how to enroll, what's included, what's not included. Also, we will leave some time at the end of the webinar for any questions. So if you have any questions during the presentation, you can put them in the chat, and then we'll get to it at the end. So there's three primary brands that are part of the Veterans Tour de Punta Cana. We have Veterans Care International, which Veterans Care International is the brand that is responsible for all of the medical. Then we have the brand Where Veterans Are VIP, and that brand is responsible for everything outside of the medical, so all the activities, all the amenities. And then we have the third brand is the Punta Cana Community Foundation. And that is a foundation that helps support veterans as far as, again, all of the amenities, everything that we include. And yeah, those are the three brands that we have. I also wanted to quickly introduce who we have here today doing the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Jalen. My name is Brian Scott Smith. I am truly honored to be co-hosting here with the general manager of the Veterans Care International program. A little bit about me that you can see on the screen there. I'm a military veteran that served 22 years in the Army as an Army officer, and I have a clinical social work degree that I received from Columbia University. I used a lot of my expert skills in social work to help many veterans as I served and worked in the VA hospitals in Manhattan and Brooklyn, New York. After my military career, you can see there that I've really took a track to try to learn a lot about real estate. And to this date, I'm still doing real estate 20 plus years after.
Thank you, Brian. And then there's me. My name is Jalen Reinhardt. I am the general manager of Veterans Care International. I was born in Philadelphia. I moved to Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic, when I was like 5 years old. So I've been here for a very, very, very long time in the area. I've watched it go from nothing to what it is today. Also, my grandfather, he is a Army veteran. So if you're wondering why I'm in Punta Cana and why we're doing this program for veterans, I guess that's a little bit on my history.
Awesome. So let's get into it and talk about why Punta Cana. Why would you be interested in coming here to this world of paradise, Punta Cana? Well, there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to mention that. First, it's the stunning natural beauty. We're talking about lush landscapes. We're talking about waterfalls. We're talking about crystal water and white sand beaches. That's just one of the reasons why you would want to choose Punta Cana. Another one would be the growing infrastructure. We're talking about, if you look around through Punta Cana, there's many, many, many development projects going on. And those projects are the ones that are allowing people to come here to either live or invest or even just use it as a second home. The government support, I got a key on the government support, because as of last year, there were 11 million people, 11 million tourists that were coming into the Dominican Republic, and a known fact is that 60% of those tourists were coming right here to Punta Cana. So it really tells you the story that we have a strong economy that's really growing. And of course, there's the return on investment. Anyone who sees an opportunity that they want to invest in all the development that's going here, you're going to get about a 60 to 70% return on your investment if you invest in the right opportunities. And then finally, it's safety. The key thing about safety is when you come here with your family and your friends, you can be assured that there's no problems walking around through the town of Punta Cana because they have what they call here a police force called Politor That's a tourism police force that walks around day and night to ensure that tourists here are having a good time and being safe. So now I want to go through a couple of things to tell you about what's included. That's real important because you want to know about what's included when you come here on the tour. Remember, the tour is from Tuesday to Tuesday. And some of the things that are included within the tour are medical services. Some of those medical services include a general practitioner, a chiropractic, a psychologist, psychiatrist, cardiologist. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but let me continue. You have yoga, you have massage therapy. There's even neurologists that are here to help you if you have any issues with your mental health or even with your brain. Meditation, orthopedists, gastroenterology, and if you need to go see a doctor about your ears or your nose, we even have ENT specialists at the hospital called IMG. And then finally, one thing that I'm really excited about is we have what they call aqua therapy and more.
Yes, and more.
In addition to what's included, the list just keeps going on and on because you're here to have a great time, not only for yourself, but also for your health and your wellness of your body. And some of the things and activities that are included with that, there's a catamaran. Now, a lot of you might not know what a catamaran is, but it looks like a little ship on the ocean with two spikes on each side, and that catamaran allows you to go out and enjoy life on the water. We have a beach day. We have movie night that's actually at the hotel. Dance classes. We have a renowned dance instructor that comes here to teach you how to do salsa, merengue, bachata, anything you can think of, that dancer can show you what to do. And then, of course, on Thursday nights every week, there's a barbecue. And it's all-you-can-eat barbecue. A lot of times there's a lot of food left over because it is all-you-can-eat. We have gathering for veterans. The local veterans who are living here, they come out to Las Flores Hotel in order to socialize with the incoming veterans who are here for their health and wellness. Bingo. Bingo's really big. A lot of times people who are playing bingo, they win prizes. Sometimes they win cash. I said that right? Sometimes they win cash when they're playing bingo. Live music, sound therapy, and of course, if you're interested in real estate, we have that here for you as well.
And real quick, I wanted to emphasize, because now we're getting into what you can expect on the tour. So like Brian said, it's two main pillars. You have the medical, and then you have the fun and the activities, right? When it comes to the medical side of the tour, all of the appointments are personalized to you. Okay, so this isn't something where we're giving everybody the same appointments because we understand everybody has different conditions, different issues.
Yes.
So everything is personalized. You saw the list of all the specialists that we offer. If there's a specialist that you didn't see there that you might want to see, get in contact with us, right? We're partnered with a hospital, which means we have access to a very, very wide range of medical treatments. We also do lab work, again, for preventative care, just to make sure that there's nothing that's might come up later. We do x-rays, so if the orthopedist needs to see what's going on, we provide those as well. Prescriptions, if you need prescriptions while you're out here, we provide those as well. And that's for the medical. And then, like Brian said, as far as the activities, you have every single day that you are here, we schedule an activity in the afternoon. So that's how the schedule works. If you're thinking, okay, how does a day look like? You have your medical in the morning, and then you have one of those fun activities in the afternoon. Every single day, from Tuesday to Tuesday, 7-day tour.
And that's a great point. We've gone through some of the activities, but now there are some amenities that's also included. That's the hotel stay. Listen, all you have to do is get you a plane ticket to get here, and your breakfast and dinner is included. Your hotel stay is included. These are great amenities just to come out here to Paradise and get some health and wellness taken care of. Your airport transfer, well, you know, when you go to the airport sometimes you see people holding up a card. You're like, wow, that person must be very important. You know, we do the same thing here. We have our own drivers from Las Flores Hotel who works directly with VCI, and they come out and pick you up right from the airport. And of course, there's 6 dinners that are included. Every single night, there's dinner at the hotel 6 times. Not 7 times, but 6 times. And transportation for all the activities. To and from for the catamaran tour, to and from if we're going to look at real estate opportunities, there's transportation for you. To and from the IMG hospital. Yes. And then the best thing of all is that you don't have to come by yourself.
Yes.
You can bring a +1, whether it be your mom, your dad, your significant other, your brother, your sister, or anybody that you might want to come and enjoy this opportunity with you. But keep in mind, there's only 1 bed in the room.
Yes.
There's a nice, soft, queen-size bed. I've stayed there many times, but reassure yourself that whoever you bring, that it's okay for you guys to share, as we say in the military, to bunk up together.
Yes, yes, very, very true.
Yeah. So now we have a video that's going to do a tour recap on some of the issues that we just talked about.
Yeah, so we are going to play, so this is the tour recap video. So again, we just went through everything verbally, we explained it, now we want you to see kind of what you can expect when you come here. And again, all of the clips that you will see, the whole video, is real footage of past tours, so nothing we found on the internet.
I decided to take a chance and see what BCI had to offer, and
I fell asleep amid the flowers.
Here is the best. In United States, the only thing you do is go to the hospital. You sit down with the doctor, and they just ask a question, and they look more at the computer, putting all information than what they're talking to you, what they recommended to you, and everything.
I highly recommend this beautiful facility to any veteran in the United States, and come here, get better treatment, more professionalism, and outstanding service.
While you're here, you will receive some of the best primary health care that you could ever imagine. For me, I had some issues with my feet, with my hearing, and so when I came here, they were able to focus more one-on-one with me, and what a way for the veteran to get that kind of assistance where they treat you more like a person than a number.
And just come, don't be afraid. It's gonna change your life. Coming here was a revitalization for me. It lifts whatever sadness you're feeling. You're just so happy when you come here, especially when you're coming from a place that's cold, you know? I loved all the activities that you guys had planned. It was just amazing for me. I can't get enough of it. I'm very pleased, and I will be back. Get your airfare together. Just save a little money for lunch. That's all you have to pay for.
BCI medical team hospitality was incredible. I had never seen a group of people that would come to you, and not only come to you, but be willing to help you with all your needs and all your concerns. They answer all my questions. I never thought that they were going to be able to do all this stuff with us in a short period of time.
Okay, great. Welcome back. Now we're going to go into some doctor information that we can see them speak about their testimonies of working here with VCI.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, we're going to show 2 doctor introductions, again, so that you guys can meet some of the specialists that you will see when you come here. Again, we have a long list of them, but we're going to show 2 right now. And then after the doctor introductions, we have 2 veteran testimonials of veterans who have been here on the tour. Again, we want to visualize what you can expect. We want you to hear from other veterans, what they've experienced, so that you don't only have to take our word for it. Right? So yeah, let's go ahead.
I'm Francisco Dupuy.
Hi, my name is Perla. I am a physical therapist here at Veterans Care International. I am honored to work with veterans because I know how much they have sacrificed. So I want to help you, veteran, regain your strength, your mobility, your confidence. It is my goal to guide you in every step of the way to getting back to doing all the things that you love. So, if you're a veteran, we wait for you here at Veterans Care International.
I'm Francisco Dupul, the clinical psychologist here at VCI. I was born and raised in Santo Domingo, and I finished high school as a cadet at Riverside Military Academy in Gainesville, Georgia, where many of my instructors were U.S. veterans, and their mentorship guides my work to this day. My practice is trauma-focused. I help veterans turn painful memories into sources of strength, clarifying unhelpful thoughts, calming the body's stress response, and rebuilding emotional balance. When those pieces come together, sleep improves, anxiety eases, and a renewed sense of purpose takes hold. Serving veterans is a calling for me. Years of service can leave invisible wounds, and the courage that carry you through uniform deserves equal dedication in healing. Every session here is offered respect, safety, and practical hope. So my invitation is simple. Step inside, share your story, and experience how the right therapeutic space can restore clarity, connection, and confidence. It's an honor to walk that path with every veteran who enters our doors, and I look forward to welcoming you.
It's definitely a different level of care. It seemed like a more personal, one-on-one. You know, they asked questions, we had conversations. They didn't seem in a rush to get me like out and the next person in. And that was nice for them to kind of sit down and make a personalized treatment plan. I think it's nice to know that there's organizations out there that are there to support you. You know, like obviously it's a beautiful facility, it's a beautiful country. You can come here and, you know, get yourself looked after, get the right advice, get the right test, and sit and relax, and it not be such a uncomfortable thing sometimes to go to a hospital and sit and wait and stuff like that. This makes it so much nicer and so much more comfortable, I guess.
The care that you give here is phenomenal. They get you in. You're on a regular routine as far as when your care is done, and they take care of you. The staff is great. So please, if you have any problems, you haven't been able to get an MRI, see a psychiatrist, see a chiropractor, a massage therapist, come on over and enjoy, get you some treatment, and meet some other fellow veterans. I'm sure you'll love it.
This one. I'm conmigo. All right. So as we heard right there, we got to see 2 introductions from doctors, and then we also got to hear 2 testimonials from other veterans. So let's get back into the presentation. I want to quickly go over what is not included. Okay, we went through what is included, so just to clarify, what is not included is your flight. So you do have to get your flight here to Punta Cana and back. We are working on some deals that we may be able to offer as far as flights, but it's still in the works.
Yeah.
Also, all the meals are not included. So like we mentioned again earlier, lunch is not included, and one of the dinners is not included. But 6 out of the 7 dinners are included, and breakfast is included, all of the breakfast. So transportation for other activities outside of the tour is not included. So and just want to clarify this, I know we sometimes get this question, is there free time? Like if you want to maybe come here and, you know, one of the days you want to do your own thing, or you want to go to the beach, or you want to go out at night, or you want to do your own excursion, there is time throughout the tour for you to do your own things, but you do need to take care of your own transportation for anything outside of the tour. Also, alcoholic beverages is not included. And then the laundry at the hotel. So if you don't bring enough clothes for the 1 week, you will have to pay for the laundry. Now, again, what we have heard based on other veterans that have came on the tour is with less than $200, you can stay for the whole week here in Punta Cana, and that's enough to do all your lunches, tip the staff.
Yes.
Again, if you want to do your own thing, I've heard most people say, again, less than 200. 200 is on the high end. Like if you're getting nice meals at the restaurants, you can expect 200, but mostly around 150 plus the flight. Now, why do we include all of these amenities that make it sound too good to be true? Well, because we want to make it easy as possible for as many veterans to come and be a part of this program. Because we understand, everybody has their own situation. So the way we think of it is the more we can offer to you, the easier it is for you to make that decision to come down here and get treated. Because again, that is the main focus.
Yes.
And the reason that you're coming for these 7 days is to get treated and to get that break. I feel like everybody needs that break.
Absolutely. I mean, standing in line to wait for an appointment at the VA, not literally standing in line, but just waiting for an appointment, because some of the VAs are great and some of them are understaffed. I was just talking to a gentleman that was here today, and he mentioned that he was at a VA, and a brand new VA that they just remodeled and a lot of new infrastructure in Orlando, Florida, but they're understaffed. And he has to wait in line to try to get an appointment, 2 and 3 months out. But here, you can get some of those same things accomplished by coming Tuesday to Tuesday, and then you'll be able to come back and get more treatment if you need it.
Yes, that's an amazing point that most definitely, we've had veterans again in the past that have came on the tour for a second medical opinion, or because, like you said, they can't wait. We really want to make this clear that this is an alternative if you need the urgent help, or if you want to get a full treatment, full body treatment.
Absolutely.
For 1 week, right? You don't have to wait a month and then 2 months to see a chiropractor and then a month to see your physical therapist. Everything is compiled into these 7 days. And like you mentioned, you can continue and come back. So if you come on one tour and you just had such an amazing experience, the medical treatment really made an impact and really improved your daily life, then call us back and schedule your next tour.
Absolutely.
And come back.
Yeah.
And we will always welcome you here in Punta Cana. Perfect.
Great. So kind of segue in Punta Cana, Las Flores Hotel. Let's talk about the Wellness Center. I mean, the Wellness Center is incredible. For those who don't know, I must go ahead and announce that this is my 10th tour of being down here in Punta Cana with the VCI program. So I've stayed at the Wellness Center. I know every nook and cranny of the whole entire hotel, from daytime to nighttime. Even the little lizards that run around in the yard, I kind of started naming them. I know them so many times, you know what I mean? But the Wellness Center is incredible. It's a very, very wonderful pool with clear blue water. They have a very nice eating facility. They have a beverage bar where you can get your beverages. The rooms are incredible. Like I mentioned before, the queen-size beds are very soft and luxurious. Everything is upscale and to the point. TVs in every room. It's just an over probably, instead of under-promising, we can over-promise that you're going to have a great time here, when you stay. But there is 7-night stay from Tuesday to Tuesday. As we mentioned before, the shuttle service is to and from the airport. There's continental breakfast included on, all the meals. So just imagine, we're growing a family here of veterans. And just like when you were in the military, everybody comes to the mess hall and they eat their food together. They talk about the day before and the day that's going on at that particular time. It's the same way here. The veterans just roll out of the bed, wash their face, and come down, and here you have a gourmet breakfast that you can have while you're getting ready to start your day. And there's a lot of stories being told with veterans. You know how we veterans tell those war stories. So you get to know the veteran during that time period. But the Wellness Center is incredible. Nice. We've even watched basketball games during the NBA playoff season, on the big screen. It's just an incredible way to enjoy your health and wellness while you're attending here.
Nice. And something very, very important that is unique, I would say, to the Wellness Center is it's not only a hotel,
Right.
but it's also where you're gonna do your appointments.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that's
so
right.
to paint the picture in your head, okay, you have your rooms, you have the hotel rooms, and then down the hall in the same building, you have an area of the hotel where there's consultation rooms. There's multiple consultation rooms where you will be having essentially most of your medical appointments.
Yeah.
Not all, because sometimes we may need to go to the hospital for an x-ray
Yeah.
or for certain tests, but most of your consultations will be in the same building where you'll be sleeping. Because again, we are focused on convenience. We're focused on making this as easy as possible. So again, we've had times where a veteran may have an appointment, and let's say they have a 1 or 2 hour break in between. Instead of sitting in a lobby
Sure.
or waiting around other people, you can go back to your room. You could take a nap. You can maybe work. You could go hang out near the pool, get some sun, and then go finish up your appointments. And you're in your comfortable clothes.
Yes.
Like you said, if you have your +1, you can be with your +1 and then go back and do your appointments. And again, this is something that we really focus on, is making it as convenient and easy as possible. Even I would say last tour, which I know a couple of the veterans really enjoyed
Yeah.
this, was we had somebody come and do haircuts.
Yeah, that's right.
He came to the hotel
Yeah.
and he was doing haircuts for like 3 of the veterans.
Yeah.
So again, we try to bring as much in-house. We're looking at maybe potentially doing a salon, someone come to do nails at the hotel as well. So again, we're just always adding new things, always trying to make it as easy as possible and make it to where you really, again, you can relax. You come here and you can really relax and feel better.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
Totally. So let's kind of segue and talk about the medical program itself. Some of you may have heard of it. It's called the Foreign Medical Program. If you haven't heard of it, its existence started after World War II. This is real important to understand. After World War II, a lot of the veterans were traveling to go and get what they call R&R. That stands for rest and relaxation. But a lot of the R&R that they were going on was outside of the country. So how could they get treated for any of their disabilities or medical treatment if they weren't approved by the VA or the Department of Veteran Affairs? Thus, we have the Foreign Medical Program that was created during that time frame. The Foreign Medical Program is a program that allows veterans to come here to Punta Cana to be a part of VCI and get all their disabilities covered under that program. Some of the things that will happen is you're going to contact the VA and say, hey, can I get a copy of my disability breakdown letter? That's one of the documents included along with your DD-214 and your identification. You're going to get that disability breakdown letter and forward it here to VCI. VCI will process that and begin to start a treatment plan for you to come here and get your health and wellness taken care of. It's a great opportunity. And then once you get that Foreign Medical Program approved, you will receive a letter directly from the Director of Veteran Affairs to authorize you to come back as many times as you need to in order to get the treatment that you need.
Yes, that's a very key point. And again, as far as registering for the Foreign Medical Program, the FMP, you will do that here. Okay, so you don't have to worry about registering before you get here. All you need is those 3 documents, DD-214, disability breakdown letter, and photo ID. And when you come down to Punta Cana, we will have the Foreign Medical Program form that you will sign. We'll send it to the Foreign Medical Program office.
Yes.
And then, like Brian said, they will reach back out to you with an approval letter. And once you are approved with the Foreign Medical Program, you do not have to keep registering. You don't have to register every time you come. You do it once, and then you're good to go.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Another key thing to mention is that I know a lot of you, like me, who didn't have their DD-214 handy. It might be folded up in the folder with all your military memorabilia. Please ensure that it is a legible and readable document when you send it. That way it prevents the time of trying to get something corrected, somebody calling you saying, hey, when did you get out or what did you do? So make sure that you have a good, clean copy of your DD-214 when you send that in.
Yes, yes, yes.
Health and wellness retreats. So these are some of the pictures that you can see of ongoing activities that's happening when you come in on the health and wellness tour here for VCI. In the upper left-hand corner, you know what that is. That's yoga. That's stretching. That's doing yoga activities. In the middle, top middle, you see there is aquatic therapy. That was just added, and I'm telling you, it's awesome right now, the aquatic therapy. For those of you who might have any muscular issues or any problems with your knees and your joints, the aquatic therapy is right there in the pool at the hotel, and the sessions are unbelievable. Then you see a consultation where one of the doctors are talking to a veteran. Down in the lower left-hand corner, I got to tell you about this. This is a picture of the chiropractor. Okay, his name is Alexander. He's a world-renowned chiropractor. Okay, he's practiced overseas in Cuba, Australia, all around the world. He's now on our staff here and provides chiropractic services. And I can tell you, you go in there one way and you come out feeling like a different way. I got to share a story about, the chiropractor. We had a veteran here, the tour before last, and the veteran couldn't actually use one of his hands. He was actually opening up his soda bottles with his other hand and his teeth. And he had 3 appointments, basically not back to back, but over the week period. He actually broke down and shed tears at the closing ceremony because he saw that he now had access to use his hand. I mean, it was a very moving, I'm getting a little choked up now about it because this guy is a big, huge guy. He's very strong, very masculine, and he said that he couldn't use his hand when he got here, and lo and behold, he was praising God that he could use his hand before he left. Yes. That was a very, very inspirational and testimony that I'm sharing from that veteran.
Yes.
But then you see others there, they're doing more yoga sessions.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right, so how do you get enrolled in the program? Because you've been here,
yeah.
Everything sounds great,
Yes.
like, wow, I'm ready for the week, how do I get involved? So the first step is you need to go to our website, www.veteranscareinternational.com, the name of the brand. Then you will go to our Veterans Tour tab. You're going to click on that tab, and then you're going to scroll down, and you will fill out the form. Okay? Now, the form will ask for basic information like your full name, your email address, your phone number, what date you want to come for the tour, and also if you will be bringing a +1 yes or no. Once you fill out the form, then that's when you will be requested for the 3 documents that I mentioned, DD-214, disability breakdown letter, and photo ID. And then once you have filled out the form, once you've submitted the documents, then the last step is send confirmation of your flight ticket. Once you have your flight ticket, you are officially confirmed and good to go. And then we will always have someone get in contact with you. So we have a team of people who will call you through the phone, will message you or email you, and make sure that everything goes smooth, you get in the right paperwork, and everything's good to go before you come.
That's a great way to put it. Get enrolled.
Yes,
get positioned.
Yes, get enrolled. So here on the screen right now, I have all of the remaining dates for the rest of this year, all the way to December. We do 3 tours every single month. So that means 3 weeks every month. There is a tour available. You can check it out. Also, these dates are on our website. So you can refresh your, you can check whatever works for you.
Yes.
And pick a date, enroll. We'll get in contact with you. We'll get the documents, get your flight, and then we'll see you here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys and gals, everybody out there in TV land or over social media, this is not like space available where you're trying to catch a hop to Europe. Mm-hmm. We have space available on these tour dates. Mm-hmm. So get your information that you need from the VA, schedule a call with the folks here, and come on out and try it.
Yes.
We can only recommend that you try it.
Yes, and it's very. I'm glad you mentioned that. There are limited space per tour.
Yes.
You can see there is a date here that is not. There's a week. So for July, we only have 2 weeks because one of them sold out already. Okay, I know last month for April we had or May. I'm sorry,
May.
last month for May the last tour was completely full. So we are starting to fill up these tours, and it is first come first serve. So, for example, if our maximum is 12 veterans, and we get 12 flights, unfortunately we'll have to move to a different date. So please make sure that you confirm everything so that we can make sure we have your hotel reservation and your medical plan and everything good to go.
And, you know, use those little strategies, if you will, of how to schedule a flight and get some of the lower prices. Everybody knows that when you book a flight, it's best to book it sometime after 12 a.m. because those rates are a little bit different than if you were booking it at 6 o'clock in the evening. So keep that in mind. And some of the flights are not that expensive. I mean, this is somewhat of the low season right now.
Yes,
you know, there's
is,
some flights that you could be booking ahead of time for maybe up to $200 one way. You know, $400-something round trip to come to Punta Cana.
Yes.
So please keep in mind that when you're trying to make your schedules and arrange for those type of flights, always use those type of tips and skills that you can use.
Yeah, Brian dropped a huge tip. Low season is the cheapest flight. So
Absolutely.
if that is a factor, July, August, summer time is best time to get a flight out here to Punta Cana. So I wanted to open up this quick moment before we get to the Q&A.
Okay.
I want to open up the space. We usually have a guest. Every week we have a guest. But this webinar, we're doing it a little bit different.
Yeah.
I will be the guest.
All right, let's go.
Technically, first time being the guest, always the host.
Yeah, let's go.
First time being the guest. Brian, I would love for you to ask me some questions as the general director of VCI, the one who started everything.
Yes.
And then after the quick interview, we will have time for questions. So again, if you have any questions, put it in the chat and we'll get to it in around 10 minutes.
Okay, so let's get into it. The first question we have, and the questions that I'm going to be asking are questions that have been asked to me throughout the tours. And even though we want to give these questions to Jalen, sometimes Jalen is not reachable during the daytime because he's busy. So one of the first questions that I would like to ask you, Jalen, is how can me coming here, and I'm saying me as a veteran, how can me coming here to this particular program help enhance my current disability rating?
That's a great question. That's a good question. And let me answer it like this. So we have had a lot of veterans come with that, I don't know how to say issue, but that question. And we do have a veteran accredited agent that we are currently working with right now that works directly with us, VCI, to take the medical findings that we have here, present that to the VA, and potentially get your ratings increased. If you need to go from 90% to 100%, we have a guy who he said his success rate is over 90%.
Yes, that's correct.
Of getting people from 90 to 100. So if you are that person, and you're looking at not only getting medical but also getting help with that, we do have that here. Now, I also want to make this very, 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 very clear, because this is a question everybody asks.
Yes.
Will coming to Punta Cana negatively affect my benefits?
That's the other question. Yes.
I get this every tour. If I come here, is this getting sent to the VA? Is this going to decrease? And the answer is absolutely not. What we are doing here in Punta Cana is not with directly the VA. We work with a program under the VA, which we mentioned before, which is the Foreign Medical Program.
Yes.
Okay? It is a department under the VA with their own office in Colorado, their own team, their own email and everything. So we work directly with the FMP as far as the medical, but no, we are not sending this directly to the VA. This will not affect your ratings at all, because this program is to actually continue the care for your ratings, not to affect it in any negative way.
Wow, that's a great answer.
Yes.
That's a great answer. That was one of the big questions, two parts basically, that's been coming in from a lot of veterans.
Of course.
They have those type of questions.
Well, that's a main concern. So I understand that if that was an issue, it would change a lot of minds, but I'm here to say no, do not worry about that at all. That anything you do out here will not affect anything in the United States.
Okay.
Yes.
Next question. The next question is, when I bring a +1 and that person not a veteran, is there a way that that person can use their insurance within the IMG hospital?
Okay. So yeah, let's talk about +1s.
Okay.
What is included for a +1? So like you said, Brian, you can bring your wife, you can bring one of your parents, you can bring a girlfriend,
Yeah.
a brother, a sister. So the nice thing now, okay, one thing, the +1 has to be over 18.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yep.
To stay at the hotel. If not, we have to find other accommodations. Now, the +1 will have access to all of the activities that we do. The +1 will have access to all of the like fun activities, also the wellness activities like the sound therapy, the yoga, the aqua therapy.
Yes.
Also, based on availability and necessity, +1s also have access to the medical staff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you have something that you need checked as a +1, again, because you are family of a veteran, we support veterans and their family. So we will not turn you down. We will also treat you, see what's going on. We've had some +1s see the chiropractor.
Of course, yeah.
We've had some
Yeah.
+1s see the massage therapist. We've even have some +1s see the psychologist. So again, we really want to open up the doors for not only the veteran, but also the +1 to have a great experience. And again, come back, both of you guys together.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then one of my last questions would be, Jalen, is I'm a veteran coming in, and sometimes I may not be able to get the flight at the right time that I want. Is it possible that I could come 1 or 2 days earlier if availability is there?
That's a good question. And I'm happy to say yes. I'm very happy to say yes, that if you are looking to come, maybe it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
If you come a day early, or again, it might be cheaper to leave you if you go a day late. Just make sure you let us know. Again, make sure you let us know what time. Make sure you communicate with whoever is the caller assigned to you, because again, like I said, you will always have a call, a support person to help you. Let them know, hey, I'm coming a day early, so that we can let the hotel know, and then we have you good to go. But that is not a problem at all.
Okay, and then one last question is the alibi question.
Yeah.
If I'm prescribed a prescription, can I get that prescription based on my disability or medical attention while I'm down here from the local pharmacies?
Good question as well. So, and again, all these questions like yes, because we offer so much. I'm so happy to be able to say yes to so many things. But yes, when you see either the general practitioner, if you see the orthopedist, internal medicine, the psychiatrist, if any of them need to prescribe any medications, okay, we will provide that to you.
That's awesome.
So if you need anything that's prescribed from the doctor, we will get it for you here, and you are able to, of course, take those back to the United States.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was one of the hottest questions, those 3 or 4 questions that's been coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think let's do one more. Let's do one more question, and then we'll get into the other questions.
Okay. The last question would be, this is a big one.
Hit me.
We mentioned about eating breakfast and dinner. What if me as a veteran has some dietary restrictions? Can I have food provided to me based on my dietary restrictions?
Oh, yes. And that is something that we take very seriously. Something great, like you said, about our tour structure is our dinners. We make a nice buffet.
Yes.
We have a private chef that comes to the hotel, cooks only for us, for the veterans,
Yes.
for the veterans tour. He makes a whole buffet style, so you have a whole different options as far as meats, as far as vegetables, as far as
Fish. Yeah.
fish, potatoes, lasagna. I mean, it's everything. If you have any specific requirements, things that you need to take, or maybe things that you cannot take, let the caller know, or the customer support person that's with you know. And also, when you get to the hotel, there's a form that you can fill out any allergies or anything that you can't eat, and we will make sure that we accommodate to you, because this is not, again, you're not staying at like a resort or a Marriott. This is a boutique hotel.
Right.
And the main difference between one of those big, 1,000 room or 100 rooms resorts is that this is very personalized. This is very, this isn't like cookie cutter, like, okay, we have this system and that's it. Like, if you come and you need something and you let us know, the next day we're going to take care of it.
Absolutely.
And again, just let us know beforehand and we'll accommodate.
That was one of the hot questions also.
All right, so I think we're at the point where we're ready to open up the floor for any questions you may have. Right here we have Margarita that's going to read out the questions, and we'll try to answer them as we go.
Okay, so it wasn't a question, but it was a comment. They said dialysis.
Who said that?
It just says Des Fox. I'm not sure. There's no name.
Des, yes. So Des, he was here on
tour before last.
Before last, yes. And yes, that is a great point. If you need dialysis, and this was a very unique case.
Yes.
Because this was something where someone needed dialysis 3 times a week, and I was very, very happy to get feedback from the veteran that we did a great job with him. Because, that's something very complicated. You need to be sitting for a lot of hours. You're going to a different country. How is this going to work? Am I going to be taken care of? Is it going to be the same or completely different? And even for something like a dialysis for like 4 hours, 3 days a week, we were able to accommodate. So again, even if you're in a wheelchair, any issues that you may have, you let us know and we will accommodate you.
Yeah. Shout out to Des. Way to go, Des.
Shout out to Des. Thanks for being in here.
This is from Gary, medication.
Yes. Go ahead.
I don't know, he was just saying thumbs up.
Okay. Good. Hey Gary, nice to have you in here.
This is a question from him. He says medications from the VA. How does that work?
No, so it's not medications from the VA. So it would be medications that are prescribed by the doctors here. We will provide them to you here, okay? So let me get into a little bit on the prescription side. No, you cannot take a prescription that we give you here and fill it up in the United States.
That's correct.
Okay? So anything that's prescribed in the Dominican Republic, you have to get here in the Dominican Republic. And that is why if any doctors here at VCI prescribe something, we will provide it to you here in Punta Cana, and then you can take it back to the VA, or to the United States, I'm sorry.
Correct.
And again, I think this is something we didn't mention, but you are able to take your medical records from the 1 week here to the United States if you have your doctors that you're seeing in the United States, again, so that they can continue the care that you got out here. So if there's a doctor that prescribes something here in the Dominican Republic and you want to refill it in the United States, you can take your medical records to your VA psychiatrist or whoever would prescribe that, and then they will see those notes and prescribe it so that you can get it refilled in the United States.
Yes.
This is from Edwin Anderson. Do you have to participate in the activities or dinner after your medical appointments, or can this be your free time?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
So as far as do you have to participate? No. I can tell you on this tour right now, we have a veteran that's staying in their own Airbnb.
That's right.
Because they brought their family, their kids. He wanted to make sure they had their time. And of course, he comes in the morning. Again, and we can accommodate your appointments to where they're back to back, so that maybe you do 3 or 4 hours of appointments. And if you want to do your own thing, if you want to explore or again, eat your own food, you are free to do that. The only thing that we ask is that you do your appointments. And
Yeah.
once you do the appointments,
Yeah.
the rest is optional.
And I met that veteran today, and that veteran is here with his family.
Yes.
And they are in the Airbnb, but the great news is, and I had the chance to talk with him, he basically said, hey, Brian, can you help me find a place after I leave this Airbnb? And we got him covered. We got him
Really?
covered. Yeah, he said a
Nice.
couple things. I want to be close to the beach because I got my kids here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy a car right away, so I want to be able to kind of walk in the vicinity where I could get something to eat, go to the store, and we can provide those options for him.
Wow. So there we go. If you love it so much and you want to stay,
Yeah.
we will help you. You're not going to be alone.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to find a place to stay, a vehicle, even sometimes a job, you know,
Yeah.
we will help you to establish yourself here in Punta Cana, of course, on top of the medical as well. But, yeah.
Joran says my flight from Georgia was $311.
Awesome, Jerron. Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Hey,
nice
Jerron.
Nice to see you in here. So we got a lot of past tour vets.
Wait till see you come back, Jerron.
Oh, he said fall. He said fall.
Fall,
I
yeah, he's coming
remember.
back in the fall.
I remember. All right.
This is from Simmons. When should you book your flights? Arriving Tuesday and leaving Tuesday, or arrive a day beforehand and leaving a day after?
So ideally, the way we've structured it is the Tuesday is only orientation in the afternoon, and the Tuesday where you leave, there's nothing.
Right.
So we do make it to where you're supposed to come on that Tuesday and leave on that Tuesday, and all of the activities are essentially starts on Wednesday and they end on Monday.
Yeah.
So I think that answers the question.
Do you all have a legion for everyone to contact for specifics, especially travel flights?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Do you all have a legion for everyone to contact for specifics, especially travel flights?
A legion?
So maybe like Marine?
Oh,
Noreen or
okay.
Ingrid.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yep.
So do we have someone to assist in the whole process? Yes. So we do have a nice team of
Yes.
lovely ladies. Guarantee when you talk to any of them, you're gonna have a good
You're gonna
good
feel comfortable.
conversation. Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And they help. So they will sit there. They will pick up your call. They will answer your question. If you need help, make sure, again, you can go on our website. When you fill in the registration form, you will get a call back. So if you register, you will get contacted, and then at that point, you can ask for help if you need help getting a flight. I was talking to Ingrid the other day, and she was like, yeah, she has veterans that don't have a passport, so
Yeah.
she'll help you know where to go, where's the nearest passport place.
Yes.
She's had, again, she's helped people with getting their flights.
Their flights.
She's helped people with getting their disability. I know that she has been on the phone.
With
on
the
a
VA.
on
With
a
the VA.
three-way call
With
on
the
the
VA.
phone
Yes.
to help veterans get their disability breakdown letter. So we have a team of people that will hold your hand and make sure that we help you so that you can get here.
Do we need passports?
Yes, you do
Yes.
need a passport. You definitely need a passport, but like I said, we will assist you with that.
I have flight benefits and flight standby. Is that an issue?
No,
That's
and
a good thing.
let me tell you one thing about that. We have
Yeah.
some veterans that came last tour that they work at Delta.
That's
So
right.
they fly on standby, and I know another veteran that flew on standby. She couldn't make it that day, but she came the next day.
Yeah.
Right, so that's not a problem at all. If you're flying standby, ideally you let us know so that we can keep in mind that you might not make it, and then we can kind of work with you to make sure when you do get on the flight, we're there to pick you up at the airport.
Is there Wi-Fi available?
Is there Wi-Fi available?
Absolutely.
Yes, there is Wi-Fi. There's good Wi-Fi available. So if you need to work or anything really you need to do,
Yeah,
we have good
it's
Wi-Fi.
there.
This is from Palmer. After the initial tour, are the follow-up appointments there also considered as a tour?
Oh,
Right, so
good
let-
question.
let me emphasize
That's a good
this
question. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So the question is, if I come on the first tour and I want to come back to continue my medical services, does it have to be through a tour?
Tour.
Okay? No.
No, it doesn't.
Okay? No, it does not have to be through a tour. If you want to come back and continue your medical treatment, let's say you've done the whole tour experience, you've done the excursion,
Yeah.
you did the movie night, you did all the fun activities, dance class, and you just want to come for medical, no problem at all. Again, you just need to let us know when you're coming, that your intentions are, look, I just want to come for medical, and we will accommodate you. No problem at all.
Jose wants you to highlight that beds that are seen for site would telehealth would be available.
Yes, that is a good point as well. That as we saw in the presentation on one of the videos, Francisco,
Yeah.
he or Dr. Poole.
Dr. Poole.
He. Well, you wanna maybe talk about Dr. Poole?
Yeah,
real quick?
Dr. Poole is he's a very astute psychologist, first of all. And he uses different skills and treatment methods when he deals with his veterans, which is very, very interesting to me because I've worked in the VA. And so some of the things that he uses when he deals with his veterans are cognitive behavioral therapy. He uses mindfulness. He uses motivational interviewing. So he used a plethora of different skill sets in order to help the veteran with their mental health. I mean, I can only applaud Dr. Poole all the time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And yes, definitely, if you have that connection, because I understand with mental health, you don't want to have 10 different psychologists.
No.
So if you would like to continue your sessions with Dr. Poole, you can do telehealth,
That's
which
correct.
would essentially be a psychologist session, but through online.
Online, yep.
And then, of course, come back whenever you can.
How can we get the individual info for rating increases?
How can you get the individual info for rating increases? Okay. So, if you are interested on that side, because again, we're not just offering that service.
Correct.
I don't want to, make that confusion that, I'm just coming to VCI just to get my ratings. No, we are a medical clinic first, but of course, we truly want to help the veteran as much as we can.
Absolutely.
Right? So again, we're partnered with a accredited agent with very good track history, a very good success rate, and once you come here on a tour, we will set you up with an accredited agent so that he can get to know you, get to know essentially what you're trying to accomplish. Like, what is your goal? What do you want to accomplish? He will review what you have right now. He will let you know if he can help or not, which, again, so far he's been able to help everybody.
Absolutely.
And then you get started immediately. And one good thing about working through us with the accredited agent is that we get #1 priority. Because one thing that I've heard, again, just based off of what I've heard, is that a lot of times with that, it could sometimes be very delayed.
Yeah,
Again,
it is.
Like
It is.
most things, it could take a very long time. You're waiting, right? So if you come through us, you will be prioritized, and he will try to get you your increase as fast as possible and succeed. Because again, to him, he's looking to succeed. He's a veteran. He's coming on. He's coming this month.
Yeah, he's coming in
He's
June.
coming this
Yeah,
month.
he's coming in
so
June.
so that's exciting. And yeah, just get in contact if you're looking for help with that. Get in contact with us. Come on a tour, and we will make sure that we do everything we can to get you that increase.
That's it for now.
That's all the questions? Yes. All right, so I wanted to quickly leave okay. So if we don't have any more questions, we will be rounding out the end of this webinar.
I got, if I may, Jalen.
Of course.
I got, I got 2 plugs and 1 shout out.
Okay.
The first plug is we want everybody to tune in to the Punta Cana podcast.
Yes.
Go to go to IG, go to Facebook,
YouTube.
and tune in YouTube,
Yes.
the Punta Cana podcast, where you'll see veterans doing interviews. You'll see a lot of people, professionals that are coming here who started businesses here. Please tune in to the Punta Cana podcast. It's worth your while. Yes. Second plug is on this coming Friday, we are doing what they call ROI in Paradise presentation. It's going to be another Zoom presentation. You can find it out on Instagram and YouTube. We're going to be talking about how to come down here to Punta Cana and invest in some of the properties and opportunities. And then lastly, I want to do a shout out. If you can hear the sound of my voice, if my cousin is on this call tonight, I've already told everybody about you. You mentored me throughout all my years in the military. We want you to come down here and experience this for yourself.
Oh, nice.
Like I needed this opportunity, you definitely need this health and wellness as well. So please get in touch and come on down.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, and we have one last question. Go ahead. Okay, so as far as I'll answer you this question like this. The only thing that you have to cover, the only thing is the flight, your lunch, and one dinner.
That's right.
That's it. Everything else, you're good to go.
That's right.
Yeah, no problem.
So when Jalen mentioned about the money that you would have to spend when you're down here, so just know that the U.S. dollar does have a little dominance over the Dominican peso.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
So if you're thinking about it, $100 is right around 5,000, I'm going to be conservative, 5,900 pesos.
Right.
So actually, if you had $200, you just round it up, that's 2,000.
12,000.
Yeah, plus 10, that's 12,000 pesos.
Yes.
Altogether. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind, and that goes a long way.
Right, and like you were saying, I mean, a lunch could be around 1,000 pesos. So again, you're looking at literally 150, again, 200 if you want lobster. If you want the expensive stuff, but
ice cream, I like ice cream. 700 pesos for some ice cream. Come on,
for sure. One more question. Go ahead. How long does it take to get approved by the program? I could tell you like this. If you send in your documents, you're approved. Right? We will get in contact with you within 24 hours, other than on the weekend. If it's a weekend, no, but if you submit your stuff on a weekday, that next day we will get in contact with you and you will be secured and good to go. So that's really it. Again, as long as you have your disability breakdown letter, if you have your disability breakdown letter, right, we can figure the rest out.
That's right.
That is number one requirement. If you don't, we cannot approve. But if you have that piece of paper, the rest we can figure it out. We can have you come down. So before we end, I wanted to also just quickly mention that we have one more question. David
Scott.
Hey. That's a good question. So what we did this last tour, we did something a little bit different.
Yes.
As far as dental. So we actually allowed everyone to go and get their dental with again a dental office that we have vetted, partnered with, very, very good out here.
Yes.
Fraction of the cost in the United States. Now, it is not included. So if you want to get dental, we will provide the transportation. So we'll take you to the dental office. You can get your dental. We'll bring you back to the hotel. Again, you're paying very, again, I don't want to say small fee because I don't know what's small or big, but compared to the United States, small fee. And in the future, we're really, really hoping that soon in the future we can actually be able to provide that as a service in-house. But for now, we have a partner that we go, you cover it yourself, and you can get all your dental done.
Yeah, shout out to David and Marjorie.
Shout out to David.
Yeah, hey Marjorie, David. That's Jaron.
Yeah, so Jaron, how was the dental work?
Wow.
Over 50%.
Wow. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you for
much
that testimony, Jaron.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. And oh, go ahead. One final question.
This is from Sonia, I believe, Bryant, age 8 and 9, coming June 17th.
Oh, hey, Sonia.
I noticed that you have availability June 10th. If I can get my flight changed, I would like to come on the 10th and stay for 2 weeks.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you're with Noreen or with Ingrid, but contact whoever you're working with, and we'll figure something out. Contact them tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll figure something out. Of course. Okay, so we're good. Okay, we're gonna end off the webinar. Quick reminder: we do these every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, same time, same link, same password, different guest. We'll have a different guest every
Yes.
single week.
Yes.
I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different and interesting for next week.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. And lastly, I really want to just shout out and thank all of the veterans that are in this webinar that have came in the past. I see you. I see your names. We really love the support. We're here whenever you want to come back. We're here to accept you. So thank you so much for coming, for supporting, for continuing to support VCI.
Yes.
And we hope to see everybody soon here, or
Yes.
if not, on next week's webinar.
Yes.
All right, take care, everybody.
Take care.
Enjoy the
Bye.
rest of your week.